It's a very strange start. I'm sure we'll find out more in a moment.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
The Lunsby Show with
Temu.
And chick brew.
Let's God bless. All these years, just get it right one time.
What do you want from me?
40 years they've been trying. You couldn't fire somebody if they were horrible, doing a terrible job for the veterans. And now you can say you're fired.
Okay. No one listens to radio.
And now for a quick disclaimer.
The Lunsby Show with
Temu
And chick brew.
is brought to you by nobody. We have no sponsors.
The show is still rated G.
For Gloria.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lunsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. I am T-Bone. She is Chick Brew. We're two friends. We live on opposite sides of the planet. We get together once a week and we talk about things happening in our lives. We share those things with you for joy, entertainment, education, values, stuff. It's what we do. It's what we do every week. Today, a little different, a little interesting. What's going on? Oh, okay. I see what you're doing there. You were really happy to get started early. That's unusual. What's going on?
Nothing. I just happened to be home and I finished, well, when you couldn't see me, I was hanging up laundry. But I got almost all my chores done early. And I know sometimes you have afternoon things that you want to do. So I figured I would make myself available so that you could afternoon.
That is a challenge when you're dealing with someone who lives in the future.
I was being considerate.
You are so considerate, and you do live 5 hours in the future. And when you have friends that live in the future, sometimes you have to bounce it around. But you're not too bad. I mean, you're still not observing daylight savings time, so there's only a 5-hour difference between us instead of the normal 6. And you're only 6, which is not the worst I've ever been away from or ahead of other people in the past.
Yes, I think from here to California is worse.
Oh, that's 9 or 8.
Talking to my brother, that makes it hard.
Yeah, got to catch up.
Sometimes it's like before he goes to bed and I wake up early. He stays up late, I wake up early.
South Korea was good for me because it was an even 12. So you didn't have to do the math. You know, you just knew if it's 11:45 here, it's 11:45 there, except it's nighttime.
See, yeah, that would be easier.
That would be easy. And I imagine if you live close to that, you could. The thing is, Spain should not be 6 hours ahead. Spain should only be 5 hours ahead. Now, if you look at a map and you go from the Greenwich Means line, you go straight down that little thing there, you know where it falls to the left of that thing? Spain. Do you know why Spain is not this in the correct time zone that it's supposed to be in?
Probably because Spain does whatever it wants.
Spain is pretty notorious for doing whatever it wants. During the Franco era, he was not aligned with the British. He was a dictator. He did his own thing. And he wanted the time zone to be the time zone that his allies were attached to. So they moved Spain into the Central European time zone when Spain geographically should be in the UTZ, or the Unified Time Zone of Greenwich Means. Didn't know you were going to learn something today, did you?
And here we are.
Did you know this is leaps forward. We're leaps forward right now. I'm going to try to pronounce it to the best of my ability. Rapamycin. Rapamycin.
Rapamycin?
Rapamycin. It's a new medicine out there. Now, not only do they say this can extend your life by 25%. 25% of your life extended by taking rapamycin. They also, and this was the selling point for me, said rapamycin has no known side effects.
Well, just because they don't know doesn't really mean anything now, does it?
In the world of side effects medicine advertisements that we see here all the time, you get a couple of people having a good time, and then they name the medicine, and then they go for the next 30 seconds listing off all of the possible side effects. This is the only one
that it will kill you.
This is, yeah, including your perineum. This is the only one, that's a callback for a while ago. This is the only one that has ever said there are no known side effects.
Well, if you don't research the side effects, then there will be
that's a good call. That's a good call. I don't know what this medicine's for, but if it can increase your life by 25% and there's no known side effects, give it to me. I'm sure I've taken worse things.
accurate.
I'm taking collagen for my knees and ashwagandha for my knees and all the things for my knees because I'm tired of being crippled.
Do you have knees?
I think I do. I had a recent Skechers are my shoes of choice. If we're going to get an advertisement or a sponsorship by anybody, I want it to be the Skechers people. I love to use a product that we sponsor. I love Skechers.
Or Spindrift.
That being said, my Skechers had been quite worn. And with my limited mobility, sometimes I like a shoe that I can slip into that looks like a normal shoe, but I can slip into it normally. And even when I had full mobility, I never untied my sneakers. So I tied the sneakers and I would just slip into them. But now can't bend down to get them around my heel. So I like the slip-in design shoes. And I
slipped it off. I'm going to slip it back on because my toes are cold.
I had no tread left on my Skechers. None. And you walk in the garage and it's a little snow, a little moisture, and the next thing you know, whip, you're down on the ground. So I decided to get some new ones. She's just showing me the soles of her shoes. You know, in a lot of countries, that's a huge insult.
Good. I miss every crevice of it.
So I got no tread left on my shoes at all. Looks like a Formula One tire. I buy some new shoes, and they fit wonderfully. I'm not going to take that away from them. The one thing I have to say that's bad about them is they weigh about 6 pounds apiece. They are by far, they got fantastic tread. They feel comfortable. They're just a really heavy shoe. And I ever since I've got these shoes, I've been walking around the building like Frankenstein. Just one giant leap for man, one huge step for Tony Kind. And it's a big building. I walk a lot in this building, but I'm walking at half the pace and these oversized, exaggerated steps. So I'm hoping the ashwagandha and the collagens and the rapamycins, I hope all of those will make me walk better. At least 25% more better.
I wear these Adidas sneakers. They're like cloud something. Yeah, not the K-Swiss, not the knockoffs that are now way more expensive than the originals. But I love these shoes because they're super light.
Yes.
That's why I got them originally. They were so light. I was like, oh my God, this is the lightest sneaker I've ever encountered. But I wear them all the time. And I feel like the tread does wear
quickly.
I go through a pair a year, so I guess it's really not that bad. I do wear them almost every day. It's not that bad. They're fine. And I don't feel like they're insanely overpriced. I don't feel like I'm paying for something that I'm not going to get use out of. I'm just cheap. The days of expensive, flashy tennis shoes are behind me. I'm just cheap.
It's important to have good shoes underneath your feet.
Yeah. Your feet have to carry your whole body everywhere you go every day.
And I don't know if it's worth getting rid of these shoes so that I can walk better, or can I keep these shoes and eventually my legs and knees are going to catch up to, yes, they're heavier. We can handle this.
Stronger legs.
Yes.
Are you doing a workout? An unintentional workout is what's happening.
I don't mind that. It's better than walking around with a shake weight.
Entertainment-wise, I think not, actually.
I had a real fun time listening to our show last week. We had a lot of good laughs on our last show. And one of the things that didn't really make me laugh that much, but we do, in case you were curious, we do have input from TuBaurs this week. And we also got some answers.
The best part about TuBaurs, whatever you're calling it, is your face while she does it. You might not laugh, but I am tickled.
I think this woman is fascinating. I really do. I like her. And that's one of the reasons why we gave her an opportunity to let it all out for 2 minutes a week on the TuBaurs 2-minute drill. But when I get done with my normal things, when my mobility is good, what I like to do is walk around the building and say hello to the people that I know. And it's nothing, I'm not trying to be intrusive or interfere with their workday. It's walk by, hey, how are you? Good morning. Have a great day. That kind of thing. And move on. She doesn't allow me to do that. And I've told her before, hey, I'm only here to say hi to you, say good morning, and to move on. Nope, she refuses. She wants to have a lengthy conversation with me where the conversation is she talks, I listen, and she just doesn't stop. So the first time she takes a breath, I just walk away. I just turn and walk away. And she goes, I wasn't done talking. I'm done listening. And I just walk away. And I think I don't do it to anybody else but her. And to me, I think it's one of the funniest things I do. Hello, hey, good morning, how are you? Okay, bye. Gone.
So you've met someone, you've encountered someone who can talk with a sustained length of time similar to yourself.
I felt like that's where you were going to go with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it because I could just hang out and say like 3 things and I'm good to go. But I do think that's funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, doing an hour, mostly by yourself, has become a challenge over time. I love it when I throw it to you and say, hey, tell me about this. And you go, you know.
I also love that.
And then critique me for talking too much. And you're not the only one who gives me the business for talking too much. The fans, they do it too. Maybe you can let Chick Brew speak once in a while. I give Chick Brew all the opportunities to speak. She chooses not to do them or has her own lengthy, paused diatribes that go on and on and on and on.
Which give you heart palpitations. I know this.
No, nobody gives me the palpitations like Mr. Taney. Mr. Taney gives me the palpitations. I got everything up and running. I got the Facebooks over here. I got the TikToks over there. I got it all set up for the supplemental. And he is just blasting me about no sound. No sound. No sound. S-O. He types individually. N-D. Sound. None. Question mark. Just, I did not have the patience for that because I wasn't making any sound for him to listen to. There was no sound because there's no sound. But he got the better of me again this morning. I hate it when he gets the better of me. But at one point, I just shut down TikTok because there was no sound on TikTok, and I didn't feel like dealing with him or his comments, and just turned it off. If you watch us on TikTok, well, trust when I say the very first thing that's going to get shut down if I'm doing something is TikTok. Because as wonderful as it can be, it is also hugely annoying. And I get reported a lot on Facebook, and I appeal the reports. People are hate speech, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I appeal, and they're like, no, we denied your appeal. How did you deny my appeal? I didn't do any of the things I was accused of doing. We denied your appeal. Do we own...
So my reservist unit, we had a Facebook account, not even an account, just a page where we would post any of our like awards or people promote,
Yeah.
Pictures, right? So people could snag them at their leisure.
Feel good stories.
Right. Nothing complicated at all. And Facebook, as one of the admin, Facebook kept asking me if I wanted to verify the account. I do not want to pay to verify this account. It is literally just a page with pictures. And then they shut it down. They shut the whole page down, and I was very confused. So I went and I saw why they closed it, and they said for false information.
Oh.
There's no information. There's no information on the page. There's literally nothing there. So I sent the request for it to be reviewed. 2 seconds.
Denied.
There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with your page. Okay, well then unlock it.
Right.
So I sent it again, and then they're like, your page will be locked permanently. I was like, what?
Permanently?
Yeah, doesn't exist anymore.
How?
I mean, it's still there. I can go and type in the title, and as an admin, I can see that it's there, but I can't do anything with it. I can't access it. And the only reason I even went into it was we had a service member who had passed away, and his family asked for some of the photos from his time in our unit. Mm-hmm. And I knew for a fact that there were some on our page, and I couldn't get to them. And I felt absolutely horrible because I couldn't get, I wouldn't let me into the page at all anymore.
Yeah, they say everything on the internet is permanent, but at the same time, it's not. At the same time, they could take a lot of stuff away from you. The old Two Funny Guys page I used to run many, many years ago, we had so much content up there. And this was before Facebook and MySpace. This was old school web page stuff, but it was on a website called freeservers.com. So we didn't have to pay for it. We put a lot of Two Funny Guys material up there, and it went away. And the Tony Knuckles Memorial page, which was a running joke that I had for years and years, that went away. And the only thing, I'm not paying because you can't pay to keep businesses in business. They go out of business, and all the money that you spent and pay, all gone.
Gone.
So I got the Facebooks. and it asked me if I want to verify, and I've been through this before because I don't use my legal name in a lot of the things that I do. Anytime I go to verify, it wants my legal name, and there's a reason why I didn't give you my legal name in the first place. Oh, by the way, a little side note to the Facebook there. Also, not my real birthday. Yeah, not my real name, not my real birthday. I have done a real good job of avoiding me putting that out on the webs. But there are tons of ways to find me if you know who I am, and a lot of information that should not be readily available to you. And there's a website out there that I would love to be, I would love for them to sponsor us because I'd love to tell you more about them. But basically what they do is they go to all of the sites that collect open source data on everybody, and they tell them, take it down. Take it down or else suffer the wrath of this company. And I'm a big fan of that because it is amazing if you Google yourself. Yeah. It's amazing what information is out there about you. Like things I didn't know about me are out there. So, and I take privacy a little seriously. I do my best to keep as much as I can off. And I'm getting ready to come up on my fake birthday. Want to remind everybody all the time, get yourself a fake birthday and use that on the internet. Do not use your real birthday on the internet. Can the hackers get it? Absolutely. Should you make it easier for them? No. Yeah. Come join me on my fake birthday. Let's all have April 1st as our birthday. You could pick the year. Okay? It was so funny to me.
Yeah, no one is going to pick to be as old as you, my guy.
It was so funny to me that I kept getting all of this advertisements for April the 1st in a specific year. And I'm like, why? And I never put two and two together. Oh. There was just always a pop-up, like, here's the coolest dudes are born in April. Or the coolest dudes are born in I'm getting all these stupid t-shirt designs. And I couldn't put together why it kept giving that to me. And then one day I was like, oh, that's why. That's exactly why. It is amazing what you can click on now. If you're just scrolling, you see me scrolling. And you touch something, and then that's all the ads you're going to see for the rest of the week.
Yep.
Yeah, LED or neon signs, custom made. I was like, ooh, a Lunsby Show custom sign. That'd be kind of cool. I wonder how much those cost. Well, I don't know, and I can't stop seeing ads for these sign companies now. Be careful what you click on. And I'm going to swear off Temu. I'm not doing Temu anymore. I have to leave it alone because they got me again. They give me these stupid promotional things. You spend 10 more cents with us and we're going to give you $250. 10 cents on Temu, I can do that without blinking my eye. And then I buy a bunch of stuff, and then it says, well, now you only have to spend 9 more cents. What? So their math is based on a percentage of what you buy, you get a penny off. And having done all that, I'm still like 5 pennies away of getting $250. And I'm not doing it anymore because they don't, it wouldn't be so bad if they sent me like a package from Temu. Here's all the crap you bought on this day. But that's not how they do it.
You're getting 75 boxes, my guy.
You get 75 boxes and packages, and the wife starts to think that you have a problem, and then you can't admit to what's going on because, you
do have a problem.
I got one box. I got this giant box that was pieced together. It was several different boxes that they had cut and taped together to make a custom box. And inside the box was a bunch of noodles, big, fat, juicy.
I forget that you order the Temu food.
Yummy. They were called yummy noodles, spelled in English, yummy. But with that package came a bunch of flavor packages, like Kool-Aid packages, except they were long. And I was like, okay, this must be either a soup or something. So, yeah, it's all in Chinese. I can't read it. So I chop off the top. I throw it in a bowl. I nuke the bowl for 2 minutes. Come out. It's steaming. It's fragrant. I go to taste it. It's very metallic. Now I'm curious. Is it possible that the packaging I just ate in Chinese said, for packaging purposes, do not eat? Because, we have those in our packages. We have these little flavor packets that we put in there, and they say, for packing purposes, do not eat. Did I just eat the Chinese version of that?
I think you did.
I did not.
Did you?
And you know how I know I did not?
You Google translated?
My phone can take an image of something and read to me that this was
How likely you are to have poisoned yourself?
jasmine blossom milk tea. And now that I had those words associated with this beverage that I was sipping on, I felt safe. Because this is jasmine blossom milk tea. And it's okay.
Allegedly.
It's okay. Well, that's what the signage said. What it did not say is do not eat. But yeah,
I love and am terrified at the fact that you consume the Temu noodles. Because when the internet preppers who do the Temu camp versus Amazon camp say, I think I'm just not going to eat this weekend. I'm not getting the noodles. And then there's you with your noodles. It makes me scared and giggly for you.
So the noodles are the only thing in this most recent Temu purchases that looked and sounded and smelled and tasted like what I was expecting. Again, there's no English on the package other than yummy noodles. Everything else is in Chinese. And these are big, fat noodles, but they're not noodles in a container. They're noodles in a package, and you have to put them in a container. So I didn't have enough water to do the thing I needed to do. I put what water I did have into my bowl. I put the noodles in the bowl with the ingredients, and I set it aside, and I did work stuff. And when I went to get more water, I would come back and take care of it. What had happened during that time period, though, is the noodles had absorbed the water. And at room temperature, they absorbed the water, and they were all very springy and fluffy, and they were good to go. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this and put them in the microwave, cook them up, and see how they taste. They were very yummy. They were delicious. I really like some of the best noodles I've ever had.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the only way I could get them is to buy them through Temu, which I'm swearing off. I'm just going to not get Temu anymore unless they have a really good price on penny pasta.
I think that you have an addiction.
Okay.
To Temu. I don't know that, because I think you like to gamble. And I think that Temu is that middle ground, that safe bet of the gamble. Is it going to come in 8 boxes or 3 boxes? We don't know. Is it going to be a size that makes sense? Well, we don't know. Is it going to be real? We don't know. Is it going to be for packing purposes only or tea? We don't know. It's a gamble. For you, it's the middle ground between that's definitely a scam and totally, absolutely and Amazon. That's what it is. It's the middle ground. It's where you're going to get something. Something will show up.
Yes, but it's such a cheap gamble. It's such a cheap gamble that you're going to get something. Here was another recent.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's an addiction. I think that's where you're at.
It could be. I don't know. They try to make me go to rehab, and I said no. My wife likes nibs. Now, as I said that out loud, that sounded bad.
Like the cocoa nibs? What are we talking about?
No, the licorice, red strawberry vine licorice. Apparently, if they chop them up for you, they call them nibs. Huh. And I bought 3 packages of nibs at a really low price because my wife likes nibs and this will be good and she'll be happy. And then the packages came in and they were single serving size packages, 3 of them. They put a whole box together for 3 tiny little nibs. I did get something that I paid very little for, but I was expecting a normal size package of nibs. You know what?
I think Temu. So I'm convinced that IKEA, the way they design their furniture is they're like put someone in a room that is maybe even like a little manic with these items, and they say you have to use every single one of these make a piece of furniture. They don't say what they have to make, and so that's how we get 13 screws for a perfectly square table. You know what I mean? I'm thinking what happens at Temu, kind of the same thing. They're like, this guy wants nibs. I'll give him nibs. Give me the biggest box. And the weird tea, we'll use that for packaging. How many nibs are in a serving size? Oh, 1 tablespoon? Great. Let me just rip this open and package a Halloween candy size nibs just for this guy. That's got to be it.
Less than Halloween candy size. These were like mini packs. Speaking of mini packs, On Fridays now, I try to get my coworkers together to sit down and break bread with one another. You know, just because there's only a few of us that are in the building on Fridays, and we get along relatively well. I'm like, hey, let's just sit down and have lunch together. That's what we do. And this week we celebrated Michelle's birthday. Safety Michelle, she's one of our fans and friends of the show. We got her some balloons and cake and assorted prizes. But one of the things that I got, our friend Beer Snob Dave offered me, hey, you want some chips? And I was like, yeah, sure. He goes, well, what flavor? I was like, surprise flavor. Surprise is my favorite flavor. So he brings in an assortment of mini chips. They're the chips that we all know and love in a bag the size of an individual serving of nibs. They're very small.
Nib size. They're
very small. But one of the bags, Funyuns. So
that's super cute. I imagine it was very cute.
You have my attention. A tiny little bag of Funyuns? What is it going to be? 1 or 2 Funyuns inside this little bag? Wrong.
Mini Funyuns? Were they mini?
Mini Funyuns.
Shut the front door.
They were so cute and adorable. I tried to wear them as fingers, as rings, but they're too small to be worn as rings.
What else are you going to do with them?
They were awesome.
Did you take pictures? You take pictures of everything. You'd better have taken a picture of that.
I took a picture of Safety Michelle eating that giant sandwich. She was definitely nomming on it.
You take pictures
in an
of strangers.
unladylike
You take
way.
Pictures of all kinds of stupid stuff that makes no sense at all. You have miniature Funyuns, and you don't think Chick Brew would like to see this?
That was a mistake on my part. I will send you some. The next trip we have to Rhoda, there'll be a mystery package with your name on it waiting for you.
I'm just bad I didn't get to see the mini Funyuns because it makes me very excited.
Yes. Well, I am excited to talk about something else, so let's move along. It's time to talk about cooking.
And tonight prove one thing. You know all.
As a reminder, she is a no-kidding chef. But a rank amateur. I know how to make food. She knows how to make food really nice. We get together once a week and we talk about food. She's a foodie. I'm a fatty. This is the segment where we talk about food. Let's start with you. What you been cooking? What you been doing? What have you been filming? And then we'll go on to my question.
I haven't been filming anything. I've been editing film.
Oh
my God.
Still?
Dude, why does it take so long? Why are there so many parts? I feel like it takes longer than it did to make. Today I cooked for the week, not for the week, but to get us to Wednesday.
Okay.
But I did all easy things, the staples, the usual. But you know what I did?
Tell me what you did.
I did the Instant Pot ribs.
Yes!
It's a favorite. Haven't done them in a long time.
Uh-huh.
Put all the seasoning on, let them sit, come to room temperature, a little orange juice in the bottom of the pan, in the Instant Pot.
Uh-huh.
Cooked them, and then put a boatload of barbecue sauce and hit it in the broiler till it was all caramelized and delicious.
The problem I have with cooking them after they've cooked is they are no longer fall off the bone. If you take it from the Instapot and put them on a plate, keeping the bones inside of them is the biggest challenge because the bones just slip right out. If you slip them out of the Instapot onto a tray, put them in the oven and bake them or braise them or broil them, then the meat somehow has the ability to reconnect to the bone, and you have to eat the meat off of the bone. The bone doesn't just fall off of the meat.
That is not a problem that I had.
Interesting. Video, or it didn't happen. No, she has tasked me with making ribs tonight. So I've got that challenge up for me. I do not use orange juice. I use apple cider vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
Apple cider vinegar, sometimes a beer, definitely some water. I give them a good quick rub. I throw them in the pot. I cook them for, 55 minutes, I think. And then I get them out.
55 minutes in the Instant Pot?
Yeah, how long are you doing for?
30.
Oh, okay. I also don't cook them after I cook them.
I don't really cook them. I just put them on the broil to caramelize and crispy up the barbecue sauce. They're not in there for like a year or anything.
I take them out of the Instapot, put them on a plate, put barbecue sauce on top of them on top of the plate, and then serve them.
Oh, I like my barbecue sauce a little crispy.
Okay. It's an extra step that I normally don't take, but you know what? I think I'll try it tonight when I make the ribs. I think I'll add that extra step to see if it changes what I love about Instapot ribs, and that's the fact that they fall off the bone and you don't have to deal with it, and you just eat it, and they're tasty and delicious and amazing. Oh, and somewhere I slip in some garlic. I put some garlic in there too.
The garlic.
Yeah. Gotta have the garlic. What I want to make, because for some strange reason, this recent St. Patrick's Day, we got inundated with potatoes. I don't know. I don't know if that was a joke. Somebody was being sardonic, but we ended up with a bunch of potatoes. Maybe she stole them from the office. I don't know why. But I got a bag, and they haven't been eaten yet. I need to do something with it. And I was thinking about making mashed potatoes, which I have done before quite successfully. But I've also done before tragically wrong. There is a cooking term I need. There's a cooking term I need you to explain to me. It's called breaking. I don't know. I've heard it, and I think this applies. Can you break potatoes?
Like it's split? What happens?
I was trying to make mashed potatoes, and where I should have stopped mixing them, I continued to mix them, and then they became goo.
Gummy. Yeah.
Is that the appropriate term for break?
No.
Oh, what kind of food can you break?
So mashed potatoes have a lot of starch in them, or potatoes have starch in them. Mm-hmm. And depending on what kind of potato you use, it may have more starch than other potatoes. They're not all potatoes are the same level of starch. So what probably happened is you got closer to a dough than a potato when you mixed it. I like the potato ricer. That is a really handy tool for making very fluffy mashed potatoes where you aren't having to beat them.
So walk me through the process. Let me tell you what I plan on doing, and then you tell me where I need to make my adjustments. I'm going to go and I'm going to wash off the outer edges of the potatoes. Score them. I think that's the term I wanted to use. Score.
Give them a little slicey slice.
Give them a little slicey slice, because in the next process that's going to be relevant. I'm going to quarter them, put them into Instapot with a cup of water, maybe some salt, maybe some garlic. I'm going to set it and forget it. I'm going to put it on there for about 20 minutes. And then when they come out, they're going to be falling out of their skin, ready to be squashed. Take the potato ricer, put the potatoes in the potato ricer, squeeze the handle, squeeze the potatoes through into a bowl.
Yes.
I maybe add butter at this point.
Yeah, butter is nice.
Butter, maybe a little sour cream.
Yeah.
And then I whip that up. Not too much, just enough.
Not too much. You really are just trying to incorporate everything. And if you are afraid you're going to over whip, then melt your butter beforehand.
I'm incorporating. I like that. Yes. I'm incorporating. I'm just getting it all in there, mixing up a little bit, and boom. That should be perfect mashed potatoes. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I brought a blender into the mix last time. The last time I made goo.
Yeah. The blender will make it very gummy.
Because I didn't want to do manual labor.
Fair enough.
I mean, when you're beating potatoes, man, you're doing it for a good bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't currently have me some glasses. I'm not doing Temu anymore, so I can't get them from there. I'm going to get me some video recording glasses, and I'm going to try to start recording some of the foods that I make, especially my microwave concoctions. I would love to take something I cook in the microwave and just do that on video. Also, I would like to show people how absolutely easy it is to listen to your favorite podcast in the 21st century. That to just sit in front of like a desktop computer and say the keywords that I'm not going to say because that would actually trigger something, and then say play the Lunsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew and watch it come up in real time. I did that in the car once. It tickled me to no end. I just said the magic words out loud, and then we started playing, and I really enjoyed that. Our friend Damian Robinson, to break from what we were talking about there, our friend Damian, he just did the Laughing Buddha Comedy Festival there in New York City, and he was kind of keeping me apprised of it during his thing. I may have triggered that by sending him a dick pic. If you know me,
did you send him the mailman pic?
I have not. I thought you posted that. Did you? All right. Well,
no, I just sent it to you.
Okay. Well, I could post it now that episode is up and running. But he had a real good time, and I said, well, on the drive back from New York City, be sure to give us a listen. And he did. Oh, something that I can't believe I went this long without mentioning it. We lost a national hero this week.
It's the end of days, my guy. I can't even talk about it.
Okay, so we feel the same. We feel the same.
Yeah.
I know what he became throughout the rest of his life, but early on, he was always the guy with hairy shoulders to me.
Make you feel good about your life?
In the 1970s, hair grew differently on human beings. We were closer to being caveman than we are now. Chuck Norris had a wonderful 1970s chest full of hair that extended onto his shoulders. He had shoulder pads full of hair when he fought Bruce Lee in Return of the Dragon. I've never forgotten that was the strangest hair I'd ever seen on a human being.
Were you jealous?
No. My brothers were the monkeys in the family. My brothers were hairy monkeys from childhood on. They had chest hair before they had pubes.
I don't want to know how you know all these things about your brothers.
They're my brothers, and they're all bald now. So I never had chest hair. I have a full head of hair, and they had the opposite treatment. So where they got to pick on me as children, I get to pick on them now as an adult.
I got a mosquito bite on my face.
Oh, nice.
You see it?
Yes.
It's very rude.
I got an ingrown hair on my lip. So close to my lip that people are offering me the herpes chapstick. Here, you want some Herpicin? No, I don't want the Herpicin. No, thank you. It's not herpes. It's an ingrown. It's an ingrown hair.
Do you remember? What was his name? Stephen Lynch.
Yes. Yes.
Valtrex Man. His song Valtrex Man.
I don't know the song Valtrex Man, but if you remember the story about the lady with the herpes medicine, it's a chapstick and it's got the word herpes in the chapstick. And I thought our conversation was going somewhere, and then she broke out the herpes chapstick and asked me if I wanted some, and I looked at the label. I was like, no, thank you. Whether it was intentional or unintentional, it ended it right there. Whatever may have become of that interaction between the two of us that I thought was going somewhere, the moment she broke out the herpes chapstick and then offered me some herpes chapstick, I was like, whew, dodged a bullet there.
No thanks.
So what do you want to do next? Do you want to do our question of the week next, or do you want to hear what TuBaur has got to say?
I want to hear what TuBaur has to say. Mostly I want to watch your face.
All right, well, let's make that happen. She can't watch my face, but you can. Try to make me go to rehab.
I said no.
And now, it's TuBaur's 2-minute drill.
Hey everyone, it's your girl TuBaur. And you know how I'm always saying that I have a busy life and things are crazy and I need to slow down? Well, I think it's apparent that it's time for me to start slowing down. I mean, how many more signs can God give me? Last week, I decided to try and burn down Perry County with a forest fire and burning trash. This week, I decided, hey, let's be careless and reckless and wreck my truck in a parking lot at work with only one vehicle involved that was empty and me driving the truck. I was pulling out of the parking lot when I decided to boom. That's right, that was the sound of my truck scratching down the passenger side of a minivan parked next to me. Pulling out, didn't pull out wide enough, forgot I was in the truck and not my SUV, and took out her back tail light and her bumper. But that's all I did. It was just an indention in her bumper. From my back passenger door all the way down the bed of the truck, through my tire and rim, and into my bumper, I decided to take it all out. Yep, can you believe it? Took it right out. Too excited, too anxious, I'm not slowing down. I need to learn to just take a deep breath and think before I do things. I mean, what more can I do before I start causing real damage? Luckily, nobody was in her vehicle, and it was just me and my vehicle. It wasn't really bad, but I didn't know what to do, so I called T-Bone. I was like, yo, T-Bone. He's like, yeah, what's up? I was like, hey, wrecked the truck in the parking lot at work. I need police officers. I don't know what to do in this case. He said, I got you, TuBaurs. And next thing I know, not one, not two, 3 cop cars showed up to a minor little accident involving a scrape. Well, wasn't really a scrape. I have good damage in 2 vehicles. So, hey, thanks, T-Bone. He's probably getting a chuckle out of this. I'll teach her. Anyways, next day he says, yeah, I watched the security camera. Saw your car. Boom, bah, boom, bow. Yeah, I don't think it went like that, Temu. No, it did. I saw it. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for calling 3 cops on me. So, needless to say, a lot of cops showed up. A lot of vehicles were hit. Only one person was injured. That was me, my soul, my mind, my heart, my truck, my money wallet, everything. But don't worry, guys. I'm okay. No airbags deployed, and everyone was safe. I didn't hit anyone in the parking lot, just the vehicles. So, lesson learned here. Only you can prevent forest fires, and only you can prevent car accidents in the parking lot. So do your best. Take a deep breath, slow down, and say, ooh-saw, before you make any moves. And then maybe you won't end up like TuBaurs.
I like the way she ended that one. Just don't want to be like TuBaurs.
That was her best one so far.
That was. I would agree. I was engaged. I was looking at the thing, imagining at what point would I have turned and walked away from this story myself in real life, and she kept me engaged long enough. Their pace was good. Her timing's a little over.
I know you weren't even making the faces that you normally make.
I know.
Kind of a letdown
I'm
for
sorry.
me,
Sorry
but-
to let you down.
Good job, TuBaurs.
She rolled that out at 2 minutes and 37 seconds, which is cool because then I can go back and I can speed her up and she sounds a little chipmunky, but she gets through the story in the entire 2 minutes. And because 2 minutes is all the TuBaurs anybody can take. That was
Maybe choke on my spit.
That was fun.
Laughing so hard.
I gotta tell you, I don't think I'm real happy with people doing impressions of my voice because I don't think I sound like that.
I don't think I sound like that.
I think I sound better. People always tell me you got a radio voice and a radio face. They also say that. I get it. Anyway, I should probably... Oh, we got the thing of dun-dun-dun for her. We don't have anything for question of the week, but this is the question of the week from 2 weeks ago, and here was the question of the week. If you were told you had 24 hours to get out of the country that you currently live in, what country are you going to? What do you think the number one answer was?
Spain.
As I think about the uncalculated results, it tied. 2 countries.
Oh.
It tied. What were the 2 countries?
Spain and Spain.
Myself and the producer would both love to return to Spain. If we were kicked out of America today, that's exactly where we would go. Damian, on the other hand, along with Mike and Shirley, now they only get 1 vote. They don't get 2 votes. They would go back to Japan as well, which means you are the tiebreaker, but you're not because you're not going to go to Japan, where it's come down. You can't live in Spain anymore. You have to go. Where are you going?
I would like to die.
Death is not an option.
I think it's always on the table. I think it's always an option. Where would I go? I don't want to be hot and I don't want to be cold.
There's a lot of places that are not hot or cold, but there's no place that's not hot or cold all the time.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh, Australia. But no, that place is absolutely terrifying. I will not survive there.
Yes, because everything is designed to kill you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe can I just like pop over to Italy? Maybe I'll just go to Italy.
So Italy's not a bad backup. I mean, I also enjoyed living in Italy, and you know as well as I do, if teleportation existed, that I would want to go to Gaeta, and I would call that my home. And then I could work anywhere in the world, and I would love to go back to working in Spain. But then again, if I'm going to work in Spain, why not just live in Spain? Because Spain was pretty awesome. But I haven't been suffered with you must leave immediately, so we can go to Spain, but you have to leave immediately.
Oh, I haven't been suffered with that yet.
Colombia is a nice option.
Yeah.
Not too hot, not too cold. Pretty much reined in the drug problem down there. I think Venezuela is going to be a great place to buy property in the near future.
I have friends that have property in Venezuela.
Okay. I didn't know you were hanging out.
They've been down there for a while.
Costa Rica was always my retirement plan before I met my wife. I was going to open up a tiki bar and a jet ski stand on the East Coast and West Coast, live in the middle, and have a girlfriend manage both bars. I had dreams. I had dreams and aspirations.
I would like to live somewhere where I could speak English again.
Well, that's everywhere. You could speak English everywhere.
Right, I could do it, but also be understood easily.
Well, that means England, Canada, or Germany.
England's very wet.
Yes. Canada's known for its wetness as well.
And coldness.
Yes.
Yes.
So I guess you're going to Germany.
Dying it is. It's been great knowing you guys.
Well, that was our question of the week. I'll try to come up with a bouncy little intro music for question of the week now. Now that I know how to make music with my brain. But here's something that everyone might enjoy.
Everything,
the book of everything.
One of everything.
One of everything.
One of everything.
The book of everything.
One of everything. The book of everything.
Come on, man. Tell me that isn't awesome.
Yeah, I was bopping along.
I bop along. Lauren Hill, we loved having you for a long time. You were awesome for us. You did everything we wanted you to do. Everything. But you forced me to do something different, and I'm so much happier with what I created. Ha! With my brain! I did that. Just used the words. All right, ladies and gentlemen, every week we go to the Book of Everything and we try to find a strange, unusual, interesting fact, and then we challenge you to somehow slip this fact into your weekly conversation. You're going to get the fact.
Have you played the game Slip It In?
Yeah, I've played that game a lot.
Have you played the party game Slip It In?
I don't think I have. Tell me about it.
It's super fun. You have these cards, they have phrases on it, and you need to slip these phrases into conversations without someone noticing. So whatever the phrase is, I say it, and as long as you don't call me out on it in 15 seconds, I say slipped it in, and I get a point, and I get to put my card back. So whoever runs out of their cards first wins. It is the best game to take to any party.
I can see where that would be fun.
And not everyone needs to be playing.
I can see where that would be a fun game. Unlike like strip poker. Strip poker is only fun
with consent.
Well, Slip It In is only fun with consent as well.
Well, yes, depending on the version that you're playing.
Live action, baby. Live action game. I have never played the game Slip It In, but I think that would be very fun. And yes, as Chick Bruce mentioned, that same concept here. We give you a fact, an interesting, unusual, or strange fact, and we want you to slip it in to your conversation somewhere in the week. Here is this week's fact from the Book of Everything, whose theme song or intro song is so good I almost want to play it as an outro as well. Every living thing can be anesthetized. Period. No, as I was, comma. Even plants. Despite their successful use since the mid-19th century, no one really understands how anesthetics work. Well, that's going to cheer you right up, isn't it? You mean you went to school to be an anesthesiologist, but
make the good money.
You have no idea how it works. Or if I'll ever wake up again, which was probably one of the more terrifying things of my surgery. Before the surgery, and even going back to colonoscopy days, they knock you out for a colonoscopy using science that they haven't scienced yet. We haven't figured this out, but we're going to do this instead of biting on a bullet.
Well, I mean, they used to do surgery without washing their hands, so I guess you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, why would you send me a video like you sent me?
Because if I have to know that, you have to know that.
A restaurant in Japan put some luminescent material on one person's hand inside the restaurant. And then later, to show you how quickly germs can spread, they turned on the black lights, and everyone has got germs all over them and their table, all from one guy's little bitty hand. And then you showed that to me, and that freaked me out because I've already got issues when it comes to germs. And now I don't know what I can do.
Yes.
And I had something funnier I wanted to add to that, but I couldn't remember.
Because you got the trauma.
I got so much trauma.
You're welcome.
Yes. Anesthesiology and trauma. You know what I'd like to do now?
Play your song again.
And now it is time for headlines from around the globe.
I would have liked to have played my song again. And if you'd have said that in the right amount of time, I would have definitely done that. This is the news segment. It's the news challenge. Every week she gives me a headline. I am totally unprepared. I will do my best to mine that headline for some type of entertainment value to make you laugh or cry or learn. Who knows? I ask you, do you have a headline for me? You say yes, and then I push this button.
What if the bar came to you on St. Patrick's Day? These mini Irish pubs make it a reality.
I socialize with people who drink a lot. And one of my socializing groups, the Hash or Hashers, have invented rolling bars from many years ago. The thing is, if you're running up and down a mountain and there's nothing on the mountain, there's no convenience stores on the mountain, then you send someone ahead of you with a backpack full of groceries. And they get to a a specific spot and they hide the groceries, and then they run back down like, okay, let's do this. And then we run back up the mountain and we find out where all the hidden stuff is and we drink the stuff. But they also...
Treasure!
Treasure, yes. They also invented mini bars. And these are like full service backpack bars that you can hump to a location, unload, and then make like almost all of the drinks that you would want in a bar, you can make in a bar. Now, these are only used for certain really, really special occasions. Let me tell you about, you said what you said, and I immediately connected this story to Boston. Did you say Boston, or did I just imagine Boston?
I didn't say Boston. I said many Irish pubs make it a reality.
Yes, and I can see this happening in Boston. And the reason I say that, many years ago, I had a reservist working for me. He was from Boston. He put in a leave sheet. He wanted to go home so he could run the Boston Marathon. And I was like, sure, of course, go home, enjoy the Boston Marathon. And he goes, it's really cool this year. You can follow along on a computer. I was like, oh, how's that? He goes, they put a chip in your shoe and they follow along on a computer. It's like, okay. So I did. I got one of my sailors. He's running the Boston Marathon, and I watched him start, and I watched him run for a mile and stop. And he ran for another mile, and he stopped. And he did this 26 times. He ran a mile, stopped, ran a mile, stopped. He finally comes back down to our duty station, and he goes, hey, Chief, did you watch me run the Boston Marathon there? And I'm like, yeah, but I also noticed you only ran 1 mile at a time. He goes, oh, yeah, that's so I can have drinks with my friends. He was doing a 26-mile bar hop. Yeah, very impressive.
We did a pub crawl one time on rollerblades. And it was going really well.
Until.
What was the name of the bar? It wasn't a great bar, but it was above the Jackalope, which was one of our favorite bars. Mm-hmm. But it was above the Jackalope.
On skates.
Above.
Yeah.
And the stairs were these wooden, like 4-inch deep, rickety, you could see through.
Oh, yeah. A lot of trust and confidence there. Stairs that come with a weight limit.
Trying to get up the stairs on the rollerblades, which was not easy because the front end of the wheel kept going into the slat, which would get stuck, and then getting down very fast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
On the de-escalation there. But man, that was a fun night. That was a good time.
So does the story tell us where this is taking place, or is it just all over the world Irish pubs are doing this?
2 in Massachusetts.
Ah.
Yeah, so it is a Massachusetts thing. And they're super cute. They're like tiny home bars that are on trailers. The parade, the little guy.
I love that. My friend Karl has got a nice little bar in his little she shed there in the backyard, but he's made it into a real nice little bar. And if he put some wheels on it, it would look exactly like that. So not the backpack. They can serve more people. I like it. But no surprise to me at all that that's a Massachusetts thing. You ever played the weird bowling, the bowling with the little ball?
Oh, what is that?
So you got duck pin and candle pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're playing with a bocce ball. And
balls, yeah.
And you just score 50. I've only seen that in Newfoundland and Massachusetts. I've never seen that anywhere else.
It's funny. I mean, I know you love Newfoundland. There's a lady that I don't really follow her, but I've watched enough of her videos all the way through that Facebook has decided to show me every time she posts a video. And she's from Newfoundland, and she just posts food videos, and she's delightful.
I would love you to introduce me to this woman.
Today, I watched her make fried bread dough.
Okay.
She did like a whole explanation about this special bread that is like a Newfoundland staple. I thought about you. And then I watched her smother it in butter and syrup, and I just thought that looks fantastic.
I would love to see that. In Pennsylvania, one of our senators is notorious for being a freak. He's a weirdo. He's kind of strange. He's unusual. He's a Democrat, and that doesn't make him a bad person because he's not 100% party affiliated. He actually looks at the issues and votes for the benefit of the Pennsylvania people, which would make you like him because if he's your elected representative and he's representing you, you want to like that guy, but he's the opposite party, so you don't want to like him too much. But at the same time, he's bringing some rationale. I say that because one of the things I personally don't like about the guy is he won't wear appropriate attire in the halls of Congress. And because of that, there are rules that prevent him from doing his job. Like he can't go on the floor because he's wearing a freaking hoodie and shorts. And they don't like him wearing hoodie and shorts because they've got a uniform. They got a dress code. And he ignores the dress code because he does it. Whatever.
I like him.
This is the reason I don't like him. On the policy side, the fact that he's willing to look at an issue and vote for the benefit of his constituency, I like that. I don't like the party, and I don't like his clothing choices. But I still follow him. I still read what he says. And someone sent him a recipe, cream cheese blueberry loaf.
Yeah.
Just using Philadelphia cream cheese and blueberry and enough of it to shape into a loaf. It was baked and grew. And according to him, was fascinating. And if I went further into the comments, he would have shared the recipe with me. But I get tricked a lot, so I don't normally go into the comments.
I like that's where you draw the line.
Yeah, I click on the link. The next thing you know,
credit card information in. I'm not interested.
Next thing you know, I'm donating to his campaign. No, Cesar Millan got me the other day. This one thing, and it shows him with honey. This one thing can make everything about your dog better. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Honey's going to make my dog better. Let me see what Cesar Millan has to say about it. And then 22 minutes into the video, he still hasn't gotten to it yet. And I'm like, I'm out. Hey, you got another headline for me?
Yeah. Florida hospital sues to evict a patient who won't leave room 5 months after discharge.
Oh, my God. Well, if I've learned anything recently about American medicine, it's probably he doesn't want to leave his room after being discharged 5 months ago because they took his home, because he's got no place to live. Because I went in for a test recently where I laid down on a table and was plugged into a machine. And I got the test bill yesterday, and laying in that machine for 45 minutes, over $25,000. Of which
you should have just come on vacation, my guy.
Of which my insurance company paid all but 10%. And if I didn't have secondary insurance, I would be responsible for that extra part. Another person I know recently, the VA denied his claim, and he's looking at bankruptcy because as you get older, ladies and gentlemen, trust me when I say stay healthy longer, okay? Do the right things. I don't need to tell you what the right things are, but you know what the right things are. Don't do the wrong things. Do the right things and stay as healthy as you can for as long as you can, because when it starts to go south, man, it goes south. And when it goes south, it gets expensive really quick. A lifetime of savings can be wiped out by one trip to the hospital. So
go on vacation for your medical needs, because it will still be cheaper. even at like the Jerez airport, it was a few years back, but I remember, tra-la-lying to go get on the plane, and one of the signs that's like on the pathway that you walk out to go to said, "Welcome to Jerez." Medical vacation destination.
There's nothing wrong with taking a medical vacation destination, but you have to be able to survive the transport. Yeah, you can't
get on a cruise boat and send. I'm surprised that countries are obviously taking advantage. Turkey, Spain.
So Turkey has become infamous now for hair transplants.
Turkey has become infamous for lots of medical procedures.
South Korea is all about plastic surgery. If you want plastic surgery done, go to South Korea.
But like they have like medical spas, essentially, where you go check in for a few days and they do the head to toe scan, your dental, your ears, your eyes, everything. And they're like with restaurants and lab work and blah, blah, blah. It's like a whole thing.
I'm taking rapamycin. It gives me 25% more of my life, so I'm just going to do that because it's got no known side effects.
With more opportunities to get sick later and spend more money on medical. Got it.
Going back to my original statement, ladies and gentlemen, just when I say be the best you that you can be, I mean that in all senses. Mentally, physically, psychologically, physiologically, all of those words. I mean it.
One of each of those words at least.
Do I have any other buttons to push? I do. I have one more button to push, but that's the last button that I push. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you are a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow.
And don't forget that you are loved.
Thank you for listening to T-Bone and Chick Brew. If you enjoyed that show, you should check out the Jerome McClain Show, independent media that won't reinforce tribalism. We have one planet and nobody's leaving, so let's reason together. You can find the Jerome McClain Show at the same place you actually listen to this show. Give it a shot.
The book of everything.
I just realized you haven't listened to the theme song yet.
The book of everything.
One of everything. The book of everything.
Let's see if I can pull it up real quick while it's still recording, and maybe I can chop this into something. The Supplemental Revival. Have you heard the Supplemental Revival?
No.
Oh.
From go. The supplemental.
It's an addition.
The supplemental.
It's an add-on.
The supplemental.
Hey.
And up to the Lunsby Show. The supplemental.
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 Is that not awesome?
That was good.
That came from my brain. And we'll wrap it up there.